hear the slap coming, like you hear it in the air, you hear Hi dollies, welcome back to my channel. It's Louis Baby. PayPal me that money for that Louis Baby. E-wallet me that money for what? That Louis Baby. I want to get that sound effect of boo 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 boo, because honestly that's how I feel after I say that. Like I'm like boo 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 in my head. But anyways, welcome back to my channel. It's Louis Baby herself with another story time. Love it for you guys. If you're a regular, thank you for stopping back by. And if you're new, please join the Louis Baby family. Subscribe, join the family. Just enjoy it. Just subscribe. The dollies are growing every day, so that's proof that people love it here whenever they join this family. So just join us and enjoy yourself here. Today's video is a get ready with me story time. Doing one again. I saw the love you guys had for the last one, so I brought it back. And today's story time is his girlfriend slapped me in the club. The audacity of this girl. So yeah, if you guys want to hear the story time, please keep on watching and let's get into it. So today's story time is about this girl who slapped me in the club. This guy's girlfriend who slapped me in the club. I have a lot of horror stories from the club, so I'm even thinking of just starting a series of my club horror stories, because if you know me from back in the day till now, you know I used to work in the club and then I just became a groovist. So I feel like I have a lot of stories regarding the horrible things or the funny things that have happened in the club. So I'm gonna start off with my brows. I'll do them off camera and then I'm gonna come back with the story. All right, I'm back. So you guys know brows are meant to be cousins, not sisters, not twin sisters, cousins. So anyways, I'm gonna get into the story time. I'm gonna go in with my Revlon foundation, which I mixed with my LA Girl concealer, and let's get into it. So I used to work at the club as, like, I did a lot of jobs, right? At some point I was a hostess, some point I was a bottle girl, and sometimes I would fill in for a dancer. If there was no dancer, I would fill in, like if the dancer was sick or whatever. So on this particular day, I was working as a dancer, right? So when you work at the club, right, you end up knowing a lot of the regulars and the regulars end up knowing you. It's just club culture. You know the people who come there all the time. So there was this particular guy who used to come like a lot, right? To the point where like I knew him, he knew me, you know, like we're acquaintances, I guess you can say that. And like every time he saw me, depending on what job I was working, he'd offer me a drink, right? Like if I was working as a table bunny, I'd only get to drink at the end of my shift. Because we're not necessarily allowed to drink when we're being table bunnies or bottle girls. But if I was working as a dancer, I can drink. So, you know, he'd offer me drinks from time to time, and I'll drink by section and keep working and coming back and pouring my glass and, you know, going about my day. Well, my night. So on this particular day, I was working as a dancer, like I said. So as the night is going, you know, like with dancers, you get different schedules. Like you dance on this stage at this time, you dance on that stage at this time, and what's this thing? You know, and you have to dance for a particular number of songs. So this day I was like, obviously I was filling in for someone, so I was working as a dancer, and like I cannot see, my eyesight was horrible. So this one particular time we get off the stage, we're walking to the other part of the club where we're going to the next stage. And just a disclaimer, I was not a stripper, I was a dancer, like a club dancer. Like actual nightclub. Yeah. If I was a stripper, I would have been in Atlanta by now. Anyways, so then this one time, so he stops me as I'm walking to the other part, like the other part of the club. But like I said, because I can't see him, it's dark in the club, I couldn't spot him. I didn't see who it was who was talking to me. So I kind of gave him like a little bit of an attitude until like I realized who I was talking to. So I'm like, oh shit, what's up? So I greet him properly, whatever. He's like to me, no, you should come to my section when you're done with your shift. I'm like, oh, okay, no problem, I'll come through. Right. So I'm dancing, I'm done with that routine. So we have some time before like our next dance. So at this time you can just walk around the club, talk to the people you know, or you can like go sit at the back until it's your next dance. It's really up to you. Or you can just start dancing at whichever part of the club you're at if you feel like it. So I go up to him and like we're having a conversation, just catching up. And like this guy used to bring so many different hands to the club, you know what I mean? So obviously you're never gonna know who's the girlfriend and who's just a hand that has been brought. So I'm going in with my LA Girl concealer in the shade Fawn, because that's my girl. I believe in LA Girl Sham. So anyways, I must note that, you guys should note that this guy was a big flirt. Like when I mean a big flirt, I mean humongous flirt. And he was the type of person, like when he's talking to you, he'll tap you, you know what I mean? So we're having a conversation. I'm used to him. He's like, yeah, what drink do you want? So I'm like, you know me, what I drink. So he's like, okay, cool, I'm gonna get you a bottle of that. I'm like, great, I'll share it with my friend. So he's like, okay, cool. So he goes, he orders the bottle comes. I come back to the section. I'm busy smoking some habli, talking to him. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm just gonna go do my next dance and I'm gonna come back and come and drink. Right, because I'm almost done with my shift, so I'm gonna just come back, drink, and then change, and then come sit in your section. He's like, no problem, do you, baby? So I go, I do my little dancey dance. I come back to the section, and when I come back with a glass. Right, so when I come back, he's not in the section, right? But I know like his mates, so I just like continue with what I was doing. I opened the bottle that was ordered for me and I pour for myself. So as I'm doing this, I can see like some hands in the section are feeling some type of way, because like, what's this girl who we don't know busy opening bottles, like, and opening for herself? Like, who the fuck is this girl? I get it, but at the time, obviously, when you work at the club, you have a different point of view, So I'm doing my own thing. I can see this girl's like looking at me snacks. She's asking like one of the guys like, who's this high and whatever, guy was very like, I wasn't getting it, because he was just like, So then this is the part where you guys are gonna judge me, because my beauty blender is dirty, but like I like it when it's dirty. Okay, anyways, so then it's now I'm like pouring. So he comes back to the table. When he comes back is when my friend is walking towards the table to come get her drink poured as well. So when he comes back to the table, we're talking again, right? So he greets my friend. She continues to grab the bottle and pour for herself, and I'm talking to him. So we're busy talking, and like I said, remember, very flirtatious. He'll be there, like, not like in a sexually harassing way, but like he's very like flirtatious and very touchy. So he's doing that, right? We're busy laughing. I'm busy pouring my drink. I'm drinking. I'm standing. We're standing like right in front of his section. We're not even inside the section. We're standing right in front of it. Because I'm not done working yet, so I can't sit inside. We're talking. Okay, so obviously, like, we're talking, he's being touchy, like I was already explaining. So I see this girl, she stands up in the section. she comes in our direction, and then right next to her she pauses, and then she walks off. So she goes to her bathroom. So I'm like, okay, right. He doesn't make a comment about it. He just kind of just like, he does that with his like face. So I'm like, okay, I guess it's no one important, because like I'll get the club. Like if a nigga's girlfriend is wilding out, I back away because I do not want the smoke. I don't want the stress. This is not my life. If that's your man, my love. I You know what I mean? So she walks off, like storms off, goes to the bathroom direction, and then comes back. So as she's coming back, right? Because I saw her coming back, like I stopped paying attention to where she was looking. I was still focused on him. We're talking, we're laughing, everything is fine. The next thing I just feel, like even when you hear the slap coming, like you hear it in the air, you hear, whoo, whoo. I just feel, wah. I'm like, I was so flabbergasted. Like I was so flabbergasted that I had no time to even react, because the minute it dawned on me what just happened, the bouncer was already holding her. You know what I mean? And she was kicking and screaming. It's like, you fucking bitch. I'm like, I didn't know it was that deep. I did not know it was that deep. I don't want your man. Like, I did not know it was that deep. You know? She's like, you fucking bitch. You fucking slut. You're gonna come here and come for my man. I'm like, oh. That's it. It's... I don't want your man. I don't want him. You can have him. I don't want him. He's just my mate. He's actually just a customer I know who talks to me, is very nice to me. Like he'll give me tips, he'll give me money, whatever. But all of that happens in the club. We've never spoken out of the club. It's just when I'm at work. Now she's whiling out. Now the bouncer wants to take her out. He's now like, no, don't take her out. Obviously, like, he was a regular, so, they are going to listen to what he says. But, like, now it's like a drama because I'm pissed. I didn't even get to slap her back. That's the part that really annoyed me. Is the fact that I did not get to slap her back, because when I'm in shock, the minute I try to, she was already up in the air in the bouncer's hands. LA girl setting powder. So I was really annoyed, because I was like, I mean, you could have taken her after I slapped her back, because now I'm just this girl that she got to slap in the club, and that really pissed me off. I don't want to lie, it still pisses me off till today. I still wish I could turn back time so I could slap the shit out of that girl. Because, like, honestly, she was just doing too much. Like, the whole night she was doing too much. Before she even slapped me, she was doing too much, looking at me snacks. Even when I opened the bottle, remember, like I said, like, she was just being, like, weird. And, like, a little advice to the girls: if you're going to go to the club and your man knows a lot of the people who works at the club, don't be with that man, number one. Because we know what he's doing. And most likely it's not even with us, but we just know what he's doing. You know what I mean? And when we befriend them, it's because they never got to get with us. They're trying to maybe get with the rest of the girls who work there. Or, like, guys who work at the club, come on, don't take those gents seriously. I mean, guys who are always in the club, don't take those gents seriously. Like, free advice. Anyways, so then, now it's this drama. This girl, she's screaming. Now she's outside. They're talking to her. The bouncer is telling her, like, I won't let you back in if you do not cool down. Like, you can't attack someone who works here. Your boyfriend is begging, like, negotiating for you to go back inside, because you came with him and you're still trying to fight this girl. Because now I'm being asked, what did I do? And I have to explain, like, I did nothing. I literally was just talking to someone I know, and this girl slapped me. And the worst part for me was, like, she slapped me in front of so many people, guys. Like, it was so embarrassing. But like, and I had I had no time to even be like, yo, that was painful. I had to already like get into this drama mode, and I was ready to slap her back. Oh, if I was gonna lose my drama, it's fine. Do you know how it feels to be slapped by a hand you don't know, and you're not even rocking her, and you're not even like expecting it? Oh, that's the worst thing. So yeah, now he has to explain to her like, I'm not even doing anything with this hand. She's my friend. I know her. She's been working here for so and so time. I know her. Like, and then she's like, so why the fuck did she open the bottle? And he's like, because I got it for her because she's my friend. And now it's a whole thing. Like, they're fighting over it as a couple. That like, that's inappropriate. Or at least he should have introduced me to her, which I agreed with her at that point, because I'm like, maybe she wouldn't have reacted this way had we just been introduced properly. Like, had he just said, hey, this is my friend so and so, she works here, she's gonna come and drink with us at the end of the night or something, you know, maybe girl wouldn't have found me as a threat. And like, worst part is like, she saw me dancing on the stage. Well, I'd like to believe, because where her section was, it was looking in my direction. She saw me dancing on the stage. She can see that me and me and another girl are dressed the same. We keep going to the back of the club. Like, doesn't that say this person works here? Because she's trying to make it seem like I'm some hoe that keeps on coming to her man. And I'm like, I'm not some hoe coming to your man. I work here, and your man is talking to me. Like, take it up with your man. Why are you slapping me? I use this orange eyeshadow for blush, because orange on black women, purr. I hope this is not the dirty brush. Yo, I'll kill myself if it's a dirty brush. But anyways, yeah, so then that whole drama goes in. I have to explain to my manager like what happened, you know, because like now I'm now part of drama. You obviously have to explain like, no, this is what happened. I was not even like, and worst part, I really was not even in that girl's face, like at all. And now like after that, like I saw that guy a couple of times, but like, yo, me, I would no longer go to his section. If he bought me something, he'd bring it to me, because I told him, I'm like, me, I'm traumatized. What happened with your hand traumatized me, and I don't want to go through that nonsense again. I don't want to go through it, guys. Like, it was so traumatized. Like, I still remember that girl till today. Like, if I ever bump into her, we still have smoke. Like, we still have smoke. I still need to get my lick back, and that's what annoyed me. I never got my lick back. And like, even if I had, because I worked at the club, I was gonna be the one who gets into trouble. That's a part that's boring about this whole situation. But the worst being, I didn't get my lick back. I was so annoyed. But yeah, so then in that whole situation, he was trying to explain to me like, no, he just recently started speaking to this girl, and he came with her to the club, but clearly she's crazy. I'm like, I don't think she's crazy. I mean, I get why she's upset. She doesn't know this Han, and this Han is busy talking to a man. But the least you could do as a man, Floor, love it. The least you could do as a man is just tell her that, like, no, babe, it's not even that deep. It's not even that deep. She's just a friend. Especially because I was really just a friend. There was nothing else going on there. Nothing. Trust me. And, like, I made it a rule of mine that, like, working at the club, like, I'm not going to deal with any of the men there. Can you imagine? Because you're going to see him coming with different hands every night, and you have been maybe doing something with him, or now he's your ex. Like, no. And like, how do you even pursue a relationship with a man that you know from the club that you've seen coming with different hands all the time? Because now you won't trust him. And that's exactly why I will never do that shit. Oh, and I forgot to mention, when they were leaving the club that night, like after the whole situation, and I'm standing by the door, he's busy apologizing to me, you know, like, I'm really sorry that happened, blah 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 blah. She comes and she comes and she bumps into me. You know that thing where a person purposely bumps into your shoulder? Yo, it was that one when I tried to grab at her, he grabbed me. I was like, why do people keep stopping me from hitting this hand? But anyways, guys, this is definitely going to be the start of some of the series, some of the wild things that have happened to me when I was working at the club. Might be exposing myself a bit here, but I'll tell you guys all the stories. Not all of them, but some of them. Yeah. Okay, guys, so that's the end of today's story time. Thank you very much for watching. If you are new, please subscribe. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video and come back for more. If you're regular, you know I always love you. You know what to do. So yeah, guys, see you in the next video.